It's 7:10 a.m.
It's 7:10 a.m.
Time to wakey wakey and time for bakey.
Time to wakey wakey and time for bakey.
Get ready for your host with more.
Get ready for your host with more.
Mr. Brian Brown.
Mr. Brian Brown.
It's 7:10 a.m.
It's 7:10 a.m.
Que la roja bichuela y guandules no viene ligado igualito que yuca. Ese pelo que él tiene tan lindo, no venga a pensar que eso es una peluca. Tiene cotorra perico, yo tengo cotorra, tú tienes la cuca. Está claro en el ring, en el piso yo quiero.
No critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que de odio tú estás lleno. No critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que de odio tú estás lleno. No critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que de odio tú estás lleno. No critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que de...
Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning. How's everyone doing out there at 7:10 a.m.? Welcome. Oh, man. I had glaucoma. Oh, good morning. What's the best get out of work excuse? I had glaucoma. That sounds like a weed excuse. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Oh, that's funny. It is 7:10 a.m. on Monday. What's everyone up to? Oh, man. I am exhausted, guys. My neck was hurting all night last night. I did not want to wake up and do this. I was even grumpy a minute ago, but we're all good, guys. The show must go on. How's everyone doing? All right. Out walking, Teresa Deller. Oh, man. Good morning. A lot of people up in here this morning. Man, how was everyone's weekend? Oh, mine was all right. Just worked, and more work. Neck was bugging me all freaking weekend. I don't know what I did to it. It's well, I know what I did to it originally. I got those injections and I've been doing good, but man, the last 2 days it was on fire. Um, hey, Charlie, how you doing? How you doing, buddy? Good morning, good morning. Um, oh yeah, the freaking neck has just been killing me. So that's my weekend, guys. So sorry, I was had wanted to do some stuff this weekend, just couldn't get out to do it. But all good, all good. I think the weather change has a lot to do with it, which is nice though. Which is nice. Hasn't been over 100 in the last couple days down here. I know all you guys out there in the real world are experiencing like snow and things are getting cool. So we're just getting there. We're just getting there. We're still in the 90s. So but the AC, my AC is cycling, guys. Can you believe it? The AC actually turns off for a brief amount of time. It was like music to my ears, knowing that that money wasn't just flying out the window. Instead of a rubbing, I need a good neck rub. You know what I did use was some of Teresa Deller's rub, man. When my neck, I don't know if it's because it sat for a little bit, but man, when I put that thing on, you could feel it. You could feel like the little, like a vibration, a little, the stuff working. It's like, yeah, you can feel it, man. It loosens it up. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Thank God I had a jar of it. I just smothered it on there. My arthritis acts up when the weather changes. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, man. I just got arthritis everywhere. Getting old sucks. Getting old sucks, guys. But what can we do? What can we do? We just got to keep rolling on and rolling on. That's right. All right, guys, let's get into, yeah, sorry, Nova Mike. I'll be there today. If you want, I'll hit you up here just in a little bit. I'll be all over the place today. I just was out of it, man. My neck was so bad. All right, let's get into a little roll call, guys. Here we go.
Call for the gangsters. It's 7:10 a.m. Rise and shine. It's time to slam. Break the mold. Rebel from the north. Gangsters unite. Let's raise a storm. D-A-N-K. We're here to play. Loud and proud. We won't obey. 7:10 a.m. We'll rock your day. Gangsters assemble. Never fade away.
You know what that reminds me of? Like the video part that the AI did. Do you guys remember? What was it? Fruit of Balloons underwear. When they would have like the grape guy and they would have like the apple guy and they would like hang out and they would do like a rock concert sometimes. That's what that reminds me of. It reminds me of like a weird grape guy that was on the Fruit of the Looms commercial. Oh, that's exactly what it reminds me of. My God. Uh, all right, guys, let's do the roll call this morning. We got Matt Workman in the house. Hey, Matt, what are you up to today? I'll be in Bullhead. I'd love to meet you up with you guys and drop your stuff off. Let me know. Merlin, how you doing? Overslept. Oh man, I overslept as well, buddy. Oh, did not want to wake up. Live in 12 hours. Yeah, I had reset it. So glad you guys point everything out. You guys rock. Um, Good morning, Chantel. Good morning, Tim W. Good morning, Rosie Key. Good morning, Matt Workman. Oh, thank you for letting me know. It's at the PM. Yeah, I did. I had this switch it to AM. All right. Good morning, Rosie Key. Harley, good morning. How's that migraine? Oh, man. I think it's the weather change for a lot of us. Lonnie, good morning. Good morning. Chris Zucchini, good morning. How you doing? Supernova Mike, how you doing, buddy? Oh, who else we got up in here? Teresa Deller. We got Charlie in the house. We got a lot of people up in here this morning. Man, kind of remind me of the ghost people from the Black Pearl. Yes, the one reminds me of Barbosa for sure. For the one lead singer shot reminds me of Barbosa. Like it's so weird. It's so weird. We got to leave it up. Oh man, I I work quite a bit with the grape guy. Did you really? Did you really, Supernova Mike? That's really odd. Oh man, that's really odd. that we actually know who the grape guy is. That's funny. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, actually. All right, guys. Roll call. I love it. All right, guys, let's get in. We're going to get into a little today in history. What is today? Today is 9/25. Man, months of the year, everything's flying by, man, flying by. All right, let's get into this, guys. And this is brought to you by the Healing Center, 1400 Needles Highway, Needles, California. Your number one cannabis superstore, guys. Where is Britannica? That's usually the one we go to. Oh, here we go. It's number one. All right, guys. So let's get into this today in history. Today in history, a journey through time where legends are born and secrets intertwine. Join us at 7:10 a.m. for all to see as we unravel the histories from our history. All right, guys, let's get into today in history. What the hell did I do with my phone? All right, today in history, guys. Oh, where's it at? All right. We got some birthdays today, guys. We got we got quite a few. Big birthdays. Big birthdays. We'll get into the little one first. We got William Faulkner, American author, was born September 25th, 1987, and died July 6th, 62 at age 64. We got Catherine Zeta-Jones. Catherine Zeta-Jones, guys, actress. She's a Welsh actress, but Catherine Zeta-Jones, that's a big one. Will Smith, Mr. Slap Your Face. Will Smith, don't talk shit about my wife. He turned something today. He was born in 1968. And great guy. I don't know about great guy, but he's Will Smith. Oh, my buddy, Scottie Pippen, 1965 was born. One of my favorite basketball players of all time, guys. Love me the Bulls. Love me Scottie Pippen. I met him a couple times. Great guy. Great basketball player. Very underrated, in my opinion. Michael Douglas. Isn't he married to Catherine Zeta-Jones? I believe they are. They both have birthdays the same day. Or is it Kirk Douglas? No, Michael Douglas. Yeah. Yeah, I believe they are married. Birthdays on the same day. Who knew? And then Dmitri Stosevkovsk, Russian composer, was born on this day, guys. Let's see here. In 1513, Pacific Ocean sighted Balba. On this day or 2 days later in 1513, Spanish conquistador and explorer Vasco Núñez Balboa, standing in silent upon a peak in Durian on the Isthmus of Palma, became the first European to sight the Pacific Ocean. Well, that's kind of big news. American American golfer Arnold Palmer, who used an unorthodox swing and aggressive approach to become one of the first golf's most successful and well-liked stars, died at age 87. In 2011, Kenyan politician and environmental activist Yangrag Maathai, who was the first Black African woman to win the Nobel Peace Prize in 2004, died at age 71. Let's see here. In 62, Sonny Liston became world heavyweight champion boxing with a first round knockout of Floyd Patterson in Chicago. Big upset there. 1929, American journalist Barbara Walters, who was especially known for her high effective technique in television interviews and world-renowned figures, was born. So she has a birthday too. Nice. Andre Manicy, French nobleman and general under Napoleon, defeated Russian forces in the Second Battle of Zurich. Philly. The American capital was occupied by British forces during the American Revolution in 1777. Run those Brits out. Run them. 1711, Emperor Quan Long, whose six-decade reign, 1735 through 96. Wow. During the Qing dynasty, was one of the longest in Chinese history, was born. And then Tostig, Earl of Northumberland, and Harold III, King of Norway, were killed in an attempt to depose Tongtsen's brother, King Harold II of England. Well, that sounded sketchy. That happened in 1066, guys. So that was your today in history. Oh, I didn't even do. Oh, I did do the graphic. All right. That was your today in history, guys. All right. Twitch feed is going strong. What do we got? Hey, oh. All right. All right, guys. All the feeds should be running. It looks like they're all going good. All right, guys. So that was your today in history. Let's get into some of these prizes, guys. We got this week. We are giving away the Encino Man. This is your last week to get in on this, guys. Hashtag Encino if you want to check this out. Look at that. Woo! I love this thing, man. Signed by Pauly Shore himself, guys. The Weasel. He wasn't wheezing the juice. He was getting into it, guys. And then we got the Alicia Silverstone wrapping up the end of the month with this bad boy. So hashtag clueless on that, guys. Woo! Oh, man. We losing some chat? Huh. Is the YouTube chat down? That's weird. Oh, nope, there it is. There it is. There it is. All right, guys. So those are the two remainder for the month of September. But don't you worry, guys. We got you covered for Danktober. That's right. Danktober Fest is happening, guys. We're going to be doing more giveaways throughout the week. On the morning show, we're going to have daily deals from the Healing Center, guys. So every day during October, the Healing Center is going to come up with a special deal just for you guys for Danktober Fest. And we're going to say it on the air. You guys run in, grab it, do your thing. It's going to be really, really cool, man. It's going to be a good time. And then we got October, man. We got a ton of giveaways. You got your Elvira signed Funko Pop. You got all sorts of horror items. You're going to have all sorts of cool stuff. And then November to Dismember, we might be giving away that Annabelle doll, guys. Just saying, a whole mess of stuff coming up. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I like this one. It was, I think, Geek Fuel is what I ended up getting this one from. But yeah, one of my favorites. One of my favorites. All right, guys, let's get into this meat and potatoes, if you will. The worst movies. You know what? We're going to look at the worst movies of the 80s. Because there was some stinkers. The worst. Let's see if that brings up anything. Oh, yeah, here we go. So we're going to be looking at the top 10 or the top worst spin-off movies of all time, guys. So this is or should we look at this one? We're going to look at, you know what? We're going to look at the 30 worst movies from the 80s that are so bad they are good. Bimbos from Space. Bimbos from Space. That is funny. All right, guys, give me 1 second. Let's go ahead and do this. Whoop. All right. 30 films from the 80s that are so bad, they are good. Over the Top, number 30. Oh man, we got to talk about Over the Top. I just talked about this movie with my daughter. If you guys have not seen Over the Top, this is Sylvester Stallone. This is like right after the Rambo hit and all the big movies hit. He was a superstar, and this was Over the Top. And this was an arm wrestling movie about Lincoln Hawk, a trucker named Lincoln Hawk, who has a son who he abandoned, but didn't really abandon the father of the mother. So the woman he married, her father, hates Lincoln Hawk. He's a rich man, and he drove him crazy, drove him out of town, and his son doesn't know him. And then the wife dies, and Sylvester Stallone must rekindle his relationship with his son. But not only must he rekindle his relationship with his son, he has an arm wrestling tournament to win, guys. That's right. He has an arm wrestling tournament to win. Who, you know, you're trying to reconnect with your son. You're trying to do some things. Yeah, why not? Why not do an arm wrestling tournament as well? Oh, did we lose the live chat on the screen? Let's see if I can get that back. All right, man, that's funny. Yeah, so Over the Top. There we go. Yeah, so Over the Top, and he bets everything on it. So fun fact about this movie was when I was a kid, my parents took us. They had business or something. I don't know. It wasn't like they were taking me to the Hilton, the original Hilton in Las Vegas, and they happened to be filming Over the Top. I was probably about 10 years old, and my mom got selected to be an extra in the movie for the arm wrestling scenes. And there's a quick, like 4 second, not even 4 second, a 2 second shot of her screaming "woo" as the movie pans. So that's my mom's big claim to fame. Yeah, so I don't know. It's a bad movie. It's really corny. Terry Funk, God rest his soul, is in this movie as the bodyguard. So yeah, not a bad movie. Um, Again, so bad you'll love it, man. So cheesy. The characters are great. The arm wrestling characters are the best. And then they tried to merch it too. So they had arm wrestling action figures. They had the table. They had everything, man. It was like Rocky, but with arm wrestling. All right, Bloodsport, guys. Oh, Bloodsport. I love this movie. I loved this movie as a kid. But let's be honest, it is so bad. It's great. This was Jean-Claude Van Damme's breakout role, guys. He did what, Kickboxer. He was the bad guy at Kickboxer before this, but I'm sorry, Rosie, but yeah, this was his big breakout role. I remember seeing the commercial, the trailer for this, being like, "Oh my God, what is Bloodsport? I don't know," and just freaking out about it. But the movie about the Kumite and a secret underground fight. And it has my favorite line of all movies. Okay, USA. I love this movie. It's so corny. It is good. My favorite is that a guy that he just met, maybe that same day, gets beat up by another guy. And you are now my sworn enemy. You beat up the guy I met 6 hours ago. We will fight in the finals. Oh, good movie. So corny. It's great. That's right. Oh, oh God. Oh God. Howard the Duck made the list, guys. Howard the Duck. But I need to look at this BMX Bandits. What is this? BMX Bandits. Is that Nicole Kidman? Is that Nicole fucking Kidman? Like directed by Brian Trenchard Smith. 1983 BMX Bandits is a kid-friendly adventure which follows the trio of BMX fanatics who inadvertently get mixed up in the nefarious plans of some local criminals. Goofy action ensues. BMX Bandits is best remembered for starring a 16-year-old Nicole Kidman in what was her second film. The teenage Kidman sprained her ankle during the film, and if you look carefully, you'll notice that her BMX stunt double is actually a grown man in a curly red wig. Oh, man. Up next, guys, Howard the Duck. How many freaking hours have we spent discussing Howard the Duck on this show? Howard the Duck. Time to get ill in. Howard the Duck. Yeah, it's just a shit movie. I'm not going to give it any due. Mannequin Hollywood. Hollywood. Who remembers Mannequin, man? Mannequin. Holy shit. That was a fucking crazy movie. Mannequin. Man, again with the duck. What the duck? Howard the Duck. Time to get in. Oh, man. I saw duck boobies. All right, so Mannequin, guys. This movie was something else, man. Funny story. So there's a guy in this movie named Hollywood who was the African American guy in, I hate that I have to say it like that, but he was the only African American guy in Designing Women. If you guys watch that show, he played Hollywood, which was a homosexual guy or the gay guy. I don't know what the proper terms you're supposed to be using these days, but he was a gay guy, over the top. That was his role, and memorable role in this movie. So when I was many years ago, guys, I used to date a stripper. I used to date a stripper, and we broke up. We didn't really date, but we stopped seeing each other. Or we would see each other when we saw each other. It was, we were friends, and I started dating somebody else, and they started working at said strip club, and I didn't like it. I was like, whatever. But so they kind of worked together. But the one I dated knew about the other one, and she would, and so um, she was working, and she was telling me about all these girls. I would never tell her who the one I knew was. I just, none of her business. And so she's telling me all these stories. She's like, "Oh, this girl Hollywood, she does this and she does that." I'm like, "Oh yeah, really?" And she's like, "It's fucking Hollywood, isn't it?" Yeah, nah, nah, nah. And I just immediately look up and I'm like, "Hollywood? From the movie Mannequin? No, Hollywood." And it changed the subject, and I was able to get away from that argument, which had led to other arguments, but whatever. But so Mannequin saved my life at one point. But Mannequin is about a movie. Is a movie about a man who I believe there's Egyptian lore involved, and the mannequin comes to life when he puts the necklace on it or something. He dresses mannequin, then he becomes a big mannequin, famous guy who puts displays together. And then there's another guy, I think it's James Spader, who wants to dethrone him for being the head mannequin guy. Oh, when you say it out loud, it just sounds so bad. Up next, Teen Wolf. My God, Teen Wolf, guys. Another one, another movie I loved as a kid, but pretty much a shitty movie. We got Michael J. Fox. You were messing around with two mannequins. In depth, look into mental illness in movie form. Yes, Lonnie. So Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf is Michael J. Fox about when he becomes a certain age, right? He becomes a werewolf, and he has to deal with it. He becomes the super popular guy when he's a wolf. Not as bad as Teen Wolf 2 and not Part 2, like TOO with Jason Bateman. Now, that was a bad one. Teen Wolf, I don't know. I'm going to give it a pass, man. Even though it's bad, it's good. I guess that's what the list was, right? Good movie. I don't know. Not too bad. Now, what movie is this? Exanda? I've never even heard of this movie. That looks like Olivia Newton-John, though. Oh man, Olivia Newton-John, you can't go wrong. Elo's Exanda soundtrack and Olivia Newton-John's. Oh, what the heck, man? Fucking ads. I gotta get an ad blocker. Mr. Crispers was right. I hate to say that, but Mr. Crispers was right. Oh man, we gotta. Oh, I can see some good ones we can get into next. All right. Olivia Newton-John's title song, far more celebrated than the movie itself. Without reason, the 1980 musical fantasy is a singular bizarre casting Newton-John as an ancient Greek muse who for some reason uses her mystic influence to encourage artist Sonny Michael Beck to build a roller disco. The premise alone is incredibly strange. You know, how many times has a muse come to you guys and be like, you need to create a disco? Or I've never heard of this movie, but it does sound pretty bad. Death Wish. I'm just going to lump all the Death Wishes in this movie. This is Death Wish 3. Okay, Death Wish 1 as a standalone. Not too bad. Not too bad. They start getting really bad. Like even the writing is just garbage in these movies. Like it's probably like 5 or 6, so they're getting pretty bad. Where like it's a he just shows up, knocks on a door, and he's like, "Hey, I'm Charles Bronson. I was in the war with your dad. He told me to pop in and look after you." "Oh, okay, come on in. You're a friend of my dad. Guess what? These ruffians have been, these street toughs have been messing with me. They have a death wish. I will handle it." And then that's the whole movie. Like how freaking like just such simplistic. Like no backstory, no anything. They just go for it. The film sees this one 3 scenes vigilante Bronson at age 63 visit an old army buddy only to find him murdered by a gang of two-dimensional street punk stereotypes. So begins the old geezer's battle against these nasty young hoodlums, which soon escalates into outright warfare on the scale of a Rambo movie. Life Force with Alyssa Milano. Look at she's she's good looking there. A nice, clean Alyssa Milano, I believe. You want to talk guilty pleasure? How about a naked vampire woman from outer space sucking the life out of everyone that crosses her path? Toby Hopper's 1985 sci-fi Life Force cat. Oh, it's not. It's not Alyssa Milano. Kind of looks like her. Cass Mathilai May as the beautiful but deadly alien antagonist, who's notable for not having a stitch of clothing on in the bulk of her scenes. This was an HBO late at night movie, definitely, that you would stay up late to watch when your parents were sleeping. Brought back to Earth from a space mission, the alien vampire woman sets about unleashing hell on the streets of London. The only person with a chance of stopping her is a trans-masted astronaut, the incredibly over-the-top Stephen Rousbeck, who developed a psychic link with her. Oh, thank God. Thank God he did. Folks, he saved us all. Life Force is one of those movies that starts out mad, but somehow gets madder with each passing minute. All right, guys, we're going to talk about this one for a minute. Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo. Oh my God. The break-in phase, man. The break-in phase was just insane. When Breakin' and Beat Street came out, guys, these movies were huge. Were huge. Oh, Lonnie. Oh, Lonnie and his football jokes. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one, Lonnie. Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo. So the break-in dance craze was crazy. Even Fat Boy Brian, young fat kid Brian, was out there trying to break dance with his grandma's sewing cardboard. True story. True story. Went to the Boys and Girls Club to dance, and I felt embarrassed. Horrible. Horrible. That could be line of the day. Oh man, just horrible, guys. But so Breakin' was a decent movie. You know, it gave you like an edgy street life a little bit, like you know, attitude, and I bought it. I could buy they're going into these underground clubs and they're dancing this illegal dance. They're getting down. I get that. But break into Electric Boogaloo. We got to save the kids center, guys. We're going to save the kids center by dancing. Ozone and Turbo and Special K. Those were actually their names. Special K was the girl. Turbo was the guy in red. And Ozone was the one with the half shirt. Because, nothing says sexy like a man wearing a half shirt. I think it was about 85. Yeah, sounds about right. So, yeah. Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo. Oh, my God. Nothing says sexy like a man's half shirt. Private School. This was one that I missed out on, I believe. What the hell? That I missed out on. Here we go. Private School with Phoebe Cates. Young, good-looking Phoebe Cates. Wow. This must have been after Fast Times, maybe. Produced at the height of the post-Animal House teen comedy boom. 83's Private School stars Phoebe Cates and Matthew Modine as a young couple from neighboring border schools who plan to lose their virginity together. However, this story is threaded routinely, takes a backseat to an overabundance of raunchy comedy set pieces. An earlier prototype for American Pie, Private School is an overflowing with dim-witted hormonal boys falling over themselves to get a glimpse at naked ladies. The results sexist and blah 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 blah. Basically, Porky's, guys. This was a ripoff of Porky's. Man, good looking Phoebe Cates though. Man, she was sexy back then. Woo. Not that she isn't now. Roadhouse, guys. Yeah, we all love a good Roadhouse movie. I love it. You love it. We all love it. Patrick Swayze did a damn good job. But let's look at this premise. A bouncer gets hired to come into a small town to bounce for the bar. But the small town is run by one rich man. And now they must fight each other for control of the bar in the town. And the townspeople stands up against them, and they take over the town again. Woo! Yeah, Roadhouse, guys. So bad, it's good. Dalton. Good old Dalton. Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren. This was just horrible. This one was just bad. Kids everywhere got to very excited when their beloved toy line and cartoon series He-Man and the Masters of the Universe became live action. But the results weren't quite what anyone was expecting. Dolph Lundgren, fresh from Rocky 5, 6, what was it? 4? Whatever it was. Rocky stars I think of Rocky 4. He-Man, despite his Swedish muscle man's obvious difficulty with the English language at the time. The film's low budget means that most of the action takes place not on He-Man's world Eternia, but boring old Earth. Fans were annoyed. This movie just bombed, man. Just bombed. You know what? Man, he really ruined a lot of stuff. Dolph Lundgren ruined He-Man, ruined The Punisher. Damn you, Dolph Lundgren. Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, guys. Few movies push that good-bad angle to quite such an extreme as the first sequel to Silent Night, Deadly Night. The original 1984 movie about a serial killer in a Santa suit was hugely controversial, but in 1987, the follow-up proved even more of a shocker. For different reasons. The 88-minute running time scenes recycled from the first. Wait a minute. So first, Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 has the audacity to devote a staggering 40 minutes of its 88 minutes running time to scenes recycled from the first film. Then Eric Freeman's known a new protagonist, Ricky, whose performance is so over the top it beggars itself. Must be an English article I'm reading here. Most memorably when he shoots a man taking out his trash with the unforgettable cry, "Garbage Day!" All right, so yeah, stay away from Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, guys. What about Cobra? Old Stallone made this movie a couple of times. Cobra. This was a shit movie. A movie that a young 11-year-old Brian should not have seen by himself. The rape scene really fucking messed with me on this. As a young 11-year-old boy, the rape scene and the villain really fucked with me. I ain't gonna lie. When he rips her pantyhose open. Whoa, man, I think he does it with a knife, too. Yeah, nope. Nope. And nope. All right. Maximum Overdrive. Oh, man. Trucks take over, guys. Emilio Estevez. This is haunted trucks take over the world. And only Emilio Estevez can stop them. Yeah, just a crazy movie. Critters. Who remembers Critters, guys? This was a great movie. It's kind of a ripoff of Gremlins. It has its fan base, though, man. It really does. Critters is a fun, but yes, undeniable, bonkers sci-fi horror set in the middle America town, which rudely gets awakened by the critters. Yeah, they're like hedgehogs, but they're carnivorous. They touch down at a local farm with a pair of shape-shifting humanoid bounty hunters in hot pursuits. It's easy to note the similarities with Gremlins, which was released 2 years earlier, but director insists the script for Critters was actually written long before. It's not a ripoff. All right, guys, this is the one. If you have not seen Hell Comes to Frogtown, you are fucking missing out, guys. We are going to dive deep right now into Hell Comes to Frogtown. Oh my God. This stars in his first role, I believe, Roddy Piper. That is right. The Hot Rod in Hell Comes to Frogtown. This movie is post-apocalyptic, guys. This is a movie where a nuclear bomb hits and the world changes. And men who can produce semen is very rare. So they find this guy. He's the last fertile man in the world. They put a chastity belt on him. And he has to get from point A to point B. And the frogmen, they want him so he can't impregnate the women. Oh, man. Yeah. So captured by a band of militant nurses, including Conan the Barbarian, Sandor Bergman, that's his name, Hell, is tasked with replenishing the human race. Yes, really. But first, he must rescue some women who have been abducted by amphibian mutant criminals. As draft as it is, Hell Comes to Frogtown actually went down pretty well with critics who recognized the filmmakers weren't trying to make a masterpiece. Yeah, man, this is as a kid, this was 3 a.m. You're up with your friends and you're watching Hell Comes to Frogtown. Good memories. Never Too Young to Die. Is that a young John Stamos? Before he was cast in the beloved sitcom Full House, John Stamos tried his hand at being an action hero with Never Too Young to Die, the 1986 high camp adventure about a high school gymnast. Yeah, that's what you need, who discovers his late father, one-time 007 George Lansby, was a real secret agent. Packing up where his father left off, young Stargrove battles the evil Velvet Von Ragnar. Such a great villain name. Brace yourself for this. Velvet Von Wagner, a villainous hermaphrodite, played by Gene Simmons of the rock band Kiss. What the fuck? Never Too Young to Die flopped on its release, left its cast embarrassed, but Stamos has come to embrace the film, declaring it the best, worst thing you'll ever see. Well, Gene Simmons, yeah. The Wizard! Oh, you can't knock The Wizard, man. Fred Savage. Oh, movie about a young deaf mute kid who just doesn't talk. I don't know what his deal is, but becomes a video game mogul, and they run around. They run away from home trying to get to the tournament at Universal Studios Hollywood. Oh, this movie was just a giant commercial for everything. The Power Glove, Nintendo, Universal Studios Hollywood. This movie was basically just a giant commercial, man. Just a giant commercial. The Toxic Avenger. Oh, man, I love this movie. I've talked about it on the show before, guys. The Toxic Avengers is where Brian saw his first boobies. That's right. I saw my first movies. Chris, what's up, buddy? What's up? Hey, Trevor, how you doing, man? How you doing? Yeah, Toxic Avenger. I saw my first set of boobies over at my friend Sonny Gerber's house. His dad, Chuck Gerber, God rest his soul, good guy, Vietnam vet. Good guy. He had a little, like he would let his kids watch, that kind of stuff, and my parents didn't. So when I went over there to spend the night, the Toxic Avenger they had rented, and I saw some Toxic Avenger. Oh, actually, I saw real boobies. They were just from the Toxic Avenger. Yes, that's right. Horrible movie. Good, has its cult following, but yeah, the Toxic Avenger. Red Sonja tried to capture the Conan the Barbarian phase, guys. This was Brigitte Nielsen before she was messing around with Flavor Flav. Remember that? Oh, yeah. Just didn't do as well as Conan. There was a lot of nonsense behind it. Megaforce. I totally remember this fucking movie. Horrible movie. Megaforce, watching it on Saturdays, like it was one of those afternoon USA movies. Directed by Han Needham, Smokey and the Bandit, Cannonball Run, the 1982 Megaforce centers on top of a top secret military unit battling an avert war in the Middle East, and promised viewers the ultimate spectacle. Alice, the film's crazed space-age vehicles and weapons might have appeared high-tech at the time, but they all look pretty laughable now. If Megaforce seems suspiciously like a toy advert, that's no accident. Toy makers from Mattel were deeply involved in the production. Yeah. What about Ninja 3? What about all the ninja movies, man? 80s bred ninja movies. Speaking of Special K, straight from the Break-In Electric 2 Boogaloo movie, guys, we got Special K. She was in this movie, guys. A name-only sequel to a low-budget action movies, Enter the Ninja and Revenge of the Ninja. This movie is a whole new kind of crazy. Lucinda Dickey from the Break-In movie. Special K stars as an aerobics instructor and part-time telephone pole engineer, a curious sideline, who's unwittingly possessed by the spirit of an evil ninja. I hate it when evil ninjas possess me. That really pisses me off. Hard Ticket to Hawaii. This just looks amazing. This looks amazing. A rocket launcher at a python. Another name that can go out unmentioned, discussing so bad it's good as cinema, is Andy Sidaris, the writer, director, and producer of a string of cheap and 80s, 90s action movies. The 1987 Hard Ticket to Hawaii, really establishes his formula. Beaches, babes, and Bond-style action, but a tiny fraction of the budget. Hard Ticket to Hawaii cast several former Playboy centerfold models as an elite team of spies on the sunny shores of Hawaii. Oh, man. Teen Witch. I remember this movie. I used to have the biggest crush on this girl. Oh my God, she was in another movie too that was on HBO, and they showed her movies. And I would wait up late at night to see them. She was probably like barely 19 at the time. But yeah, Teen Witch. HBO. After Teen Wolf proved profitable, the concept got a feminine twist with 1989's Teen Witch. If you can make it through all 94 minutes without cringing, you're stronger than us. Robin Lively stars Blake Lively's sister, stars as Louise, your classical awkward high school student who suddenly finds herself in command of supernatural powers. A resounding flop on release, Teen Wolf has such developed an enthusiastic cult following thanks to its more outrageous elements. Includes occasional sidestep in the musical territory, most memorable and improved rap sequence. Must be seen to believe. All right, we're getting close, guys. We're getting close. Invasion USA, Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris, man. Chuck Norris movies were huge in the 80s. The Cold War was pretty hot, guys. Russian invaders, Red Dawn, all that stuff. Invasion USA had tough guy Chuck Norris, an ex-CIA agent turned to Florida alligator wrangler who sets about saving the day. His weapons: double Uzis, double denim, and a deadly roundhouse kicking legs. Not to mention such one-liners as "I'll hit you with so many rights you'll beg for a left." Oh man, Jaws the Revenge. You know, guys, when you kill a mother's babies, she's gonna come back to get you. And that's what we got in Jaws the Revenge. Jaws' mother, she knew. She knew the Brodies killed her son. She goes to Jamaica man, to kill him. That's right, Jaws the Revenge. That's all I'm going to give it. Savage Streets. I have no idea what this is. Viewers of The Exorcist will doubtless have wondered what happened to Oscar-nominated child actress Linda Blair. The answer is she wound up headlining movies like Savage Streets. In 1984, Bad Girl Thriller is one of the most trashy movies you could ever hope to see or not see, depending on your preference. Blair stars as Brenda, a tough high school gang leader with her deaf mute sister Heather B. Is brutally attacked by male members of a rival gang. Brenda sets out for revenge. Yeah, that sounds pretty bad. Arsenal including a black spandex bodysuit and gallons of hairspray. All right, guys, number one, Mac and Me. Holy shit, this movie was garbage. Hey, what's up, Mr. Crispers? How you doing? Oh man, Brian could do a movie. Yeah, hell yeah, let's make a movie. I'm totally down with that. Mac and Me Part 2. How bad could it be? Dank and Me. That's what we'll call it. All right, guys. So Mac and Me, man. I don't know what to say about this movie. This was a total ET ripoff. This was a money grab. I remember going to see this with my friend instead of Die Hard, and I still regret it to this day. Mac and Me is about a kid who finds an alien. It's very, I think he's in a wheelchair. Man, there's so many bad scenes. So many bad scenes. When the car goes over the cliff, oh my God, that's horrible. Yeah, so many bad scenes. Mac and Me, guys, I don't know what to say about it. It's just a crap movie. Oh man. Yeah, I'm not even going to get into it. Let's just kill this. Oh man. Oh man, that's hilarious. Mac and Me. All right, guys. So those were the worst 80s movies that were so bad. They were good. A lot of them, I liked a lot of them on there. Bloodsport, Breaking 2, no. Breaking 1, I liked that didn't make it. There was a few on there. The Teen Wolf, I like Teen Wolf. Blow up those comments, guys. Let me know if there was a movie that I forgot. Oh, nice, Chantel. I will. I'm headed up to Kingman today too. I will throw it in the group chat. Hopefully, I'm headed up to Kingman today. If Bullhead doesn't work me to death. I will, yeah, definitely on that. So those were your worst movies of the 80s. So bad. They're good, guys. Blow up those comments. What movies did I miss? Let me know. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I got an interview to do, and then I got got to go to work. I got to work for a living. Working hard for a living. So hard for the living. I am going to try to get the Halloween Horror Nights this week, guys. I don't know if it's going to happen, but if I do, I will be posting videos, and definitely the show will go on as normal. I actually, today, guys, in the middle of the afternoon, I got the Avenger Station Off the Beaten Path done. Should be about like 2 o'clock. It will be posting today. A lot of good stuff happening, guys. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share button. I'm going to get out of here, guys. Stomach's a little, yeah, I am working. I will hit you up. Give me about an hour or two. Stomach's a gurgling right now, guys. I got to go. Too much information. All right, guys. I will see you this afternoon at 4:20. We're going to be doing a movie review. I forget which one, but it's a good one. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in a little bit. Take care. God bless.
Thank you for joining us on the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. Broadcasting worldwide and brought to you by thedailydank.com. Check out our merchandise and amazing content. And follow us on all our social media. Now, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.